Hello to you, this is Edwin Dearborn, another edition of Caffeinated Content where we talk about great business ideas over a hot cup of coffee. And today I'm at Public Us in the Fremont district of fabulous Las Vegas. And I'm coming to you live here on Facebook, soon to have this video uploaded to YouTube. And today I want to talk about the absolute number one challenge and problem in building your brand. It is a misestimation of effort. It is doing too little, being too late on the scene, and just not exerting enough effort. The misestimation of effort is the number one reason why people fail to build their brands. And when they talk about, filling a funnel or building a brand, most of the people I talk to have such a small concept of the actions that they feel need to be fulfilled to actually grow their sales. They either put too little money into their advertising budget, they put too little effort in creating content, they put almost no effort in building their followers or email list, or even engaging with their followers or email list. And it doesn't matter whether I'm talking to them about what their salespeople do, what they're doing with their email, their social, their video, their strategic partnerships, their any type of promotional action. It's always too small. And many of the problems that are resolved in branding isn't rebranding and coming up with new packaging. And many times those are valid and necessary things to do a rebranding. But if all we do is continually rebrand and come up with new cliches and new logos and new colors and new websites, but we fail to take action, massive action, at the proper orders of magnitude, people are never going to find this incredible logo or website that you've just invested a lot of money. And I've seen this for years, particularly with professionals that have brick and mortar businesses like realtors, dentists, chiropractors, medical doctors, financial advisors, mortgage brokers. They put a lot of money into their branding, meaning their logo, their design, their colors, their website, how everything looks, but they have almost no followers. They have a very small email list. It's not growing. Neither their social media followers or their traction is growing, or their email list. They're not engaging, and they've got all these things in place, but they're not taking massive action to engage a broader audience and more often. So you can take the same branding from some of these companies, and if all we did was 10x the amount of eyeballs that it was exposed to, sales would grow. If we were just to 10x the engagement with their existing audience, we would see sales grow. If we 10x'd the promotional actions with video, you'd see sales grow. But these brands aren't taking massive action. So why is that? Why is this a consistent problem across so many industries, across so many niches? And as you can hear the sirens go by, the police, so this is live. So it happens where two police officers just pulled up to stop somebody. So anyways, I'll continue. One of the handlings that we do is just like, how can we actually increase the engagement of the brand, just quantitatively? How do we actually get more people exposed to seeing the brand? How do we get more people actually understanding what the brand does? And when we start to take those initiatives of actually starting to take the proper initiative, then things happen. So the question was, why? Why did they do this? Because most business people that I have talked to don't understand the actual scene of how much effort really is required. And when you ask them, you go, well, how much effort do you think it's required to get to your goal? They don't have that properly assessed. So how can you exert the proper amount of effort if you don't even know what the amount of effort is. They have no understanding of how long it takes to build a brand, or how many impressions you have to have on people, or what it takes to become memorable and to stand out versus just being another Me Too brand. They really don't have any way of measuring or assessing what is this actual amount, what is the amount of effort. And then when they start to confront the actual amount of effort necessary to grow the brand, it becomes overwhelming. And the next thing is, okay, well, how do I get there? Okay, I know I need to be doing X amount of effort, but I'm not there yet. What are the steps that would actually take me towards that level of brand domination or greater exposure? Like, how do I get from point A to point B? And this is really where a strategy is critical, because the first step of a strategy is like, well, first of all, what is our goal? Number two is we have to assess the resources. What do we have to get to that goal? What are we going to have to leverage? Partnerships, social followers, connections, email database, technologies, budgets, etc., personnel. And then number three, how do we leverage those assets? How do we leverage those resources to get to where we want to go? And so when you start to develop a strategy along those lines, then your confront goes in on what the actual estimation of effort is that is required to get to where you want to go. So if you don't have any assessment of the estimation of effort, then the fact is you'll never exert the estimation of effort to actually get your brand to stand out. And unfortunately, it's a heartbreak to a lot of people to discover that the estimation of effort to succeed as a brand is much greater than they thought. They thought, well, we've got this beautiful website, and we did some SEO, and we have a Facebook page, and they have these things, but they're not doing anything with them. They're not actually outflowing. They're not like obsessed with, how do I drive traffic to this? How do I create content that makes people want to continually consume my answers or my insights or my information? Again, a complete lack of understanding or a lack of confront on the actual estimation of effort. And this is what I have to, when I work with my clients, kind of blow them through this massive level of non-confront. This really assessing what is the proper estimation of effort. Okay, if you are looking at how to get your brand to go out into the world, I can guarantee you that the rules of branding have dramatically changed since Google, Facebook, content marketing, and internet. Our ability to reach brands on the internet has increased. Before, branding was a lot simpler, but now branding is a very dynamic, engaging. You have to be in communication. You cannot build a brand on just a logo, a website, and a look, and a tagline. And I know a lot of people fall in this branding trap. I see realtors that will get with a certain realty company because, oh, well, we've got all this branding. It's like, okay, you've got all the branding. If that was the key to success, then every realtor would be successful. But you'll find out that 90% of the deals accomplished are done by 10% of the realtors. And it's not because of the branding. Those 10% are out there hustling, communicating, engaging audiences, putting in systems, email database usage. They're doing something, because branding is not a static action. It's just not a one-off. If you need help with that, reach out to me. I help brands all the time really engage and start to attract attention, which is the ultimate activity that you want with your brand, is to attract attention, generate leads, build your reputation, build trust, so that people, when they are ready to purchase, you become the obvious choice. Okay. Hope you found some value in this. This is Ed with Dearborn, author of Power Branding Secrets. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.